My name is Al Rita. I live here in town, and I work along with Jay Schwartz, who's pretty much heads up the winding and control and keeping the town hall clock maintained. It's a clock that's over 100 years old, and actually you wind it within a week's time. Sometimes it's almost dead nuts on, and sometimes maybe it loses a minute. Very accurate piece of machinery for something that's that old. And we can go upstairs and take a look at it. Just walk right up. You can actually go all the way upstairs, up past the clock, and if there's another tower up above with the screened-in areas, then you can look all over town. It's a real bird's-eye view. The clock's been wound. See, these are the weights. Yep. There's two sets of weights up here. One of the small sets are for winding the time, and the other one is for winding the chime, the thing that actually makes the clock chime. This one over here has just got 5 weights on it. Each one of those weigh about 35 pounds apiece, and those are the ones that take care of the timing of the clock. Okay, and then the second set of weights, which have approximately 10 or 20 weights on them, about 35 pounds apiece, are the one that allows the clock to chime. And if both of these get wound up once a week, and we can go upstairs and take a look at that. Okay, we're just going to open up the door now to the clock tower, or where the clock mechanism is. Okay, these steps here go upstairs through that hatch, and that's where which houses the bell that the clacker hits, and that's what we hear all over town when the clock strikes. And then above that, there's another set of ladders that go up way up to the top of the unit, and that's where the pulleys are for the main weights. This is the mechanism. This particular drum winds the clacker or the chimer. The little drum in the back here is the one that keeps the time working. And again, it's been over 100 years, and they wanted to replace this at one time with a computer. And it's pretty hard to understand. If they put a computer in today, I don't think it'd be around 100 years from now, and they'd probably have to get a lot of repairs because it's cold up here and it's windy up here, and it's a lot of adverse, even though it's totally enclosed. But it keeps amazing time for a clock of its age. And it's all simple. One little gear turns. It turns each time. This one turns each time, goes around 60 times, turns another one, it turns around 60 times, and then it turns the big guy, and so on. It's just all gears. This is the handle that winds it. And it's just 2 drums. The handle goes on there, and we just turn it up. And then the same handle goes on the other drum that winds the gong. It's so simple, yet it's so efficient. But Jay's done an awful lot. The clock was restored and for, what was it, bicentennial, the 200-year centennial, and a couple of years after that it didn't work. It actually got shut down because of the safety issue of the weights. Because if those weights broke, they would land right in the lobby of the town hall. So the clock was shut down for about 2 years. And Jay Schwartz spent an awful lot of time with contractors and engineers, designing systems to make it safe. And finally, after about almost 2.5 years, we got it working again. And this goes right up to the bell. And then this cable goes all the way up to the very top of the building, goes around the pulley, and comes down to those weights that we saw outside. And then the little weight that we saw outside gets wound up, and it only comes this high. And it's a lot like the weights on a grandfather's clock, only a lot bigger and heavier. this particular rod that runs off the gears runs up to the belfry, and it's split in 4 different ways, and each rod runs to one of the clocks on the 4 different sides of the tower. So it keeps them all in, and every once in a while the gears slip a little bit and they have to be adjusted. And we have a fellow that comes out, he's south of Worcester, his name is Greg, and whenever we have any problems, Jay calls him, and he comes, and he's one of the few people around that can work on these clocks, and he really keeps it running, and he just a very helpful guy, and he's here, Johnny on the spot, whenever anything breaks. The weights, when the clock winds down, they drop down and they go through those 2 holes. And if you don't wind the clock each week, they'll eventually land up on the level below and lay on the ground, on the floor, and the clock will stop. You know, this particular rope that's been laying here for quite a while, as far as I know, is the old rope that used to hang down from the bell when you could ring it manually. I'll be back next week when the clock really needs to do well. Yeah, when they made the whole door, you know, these boards here actually are tapered down a little bit, and they go all the way through the door. There's another little piece that goes in here on each section. Yeah, as you can see, they cut each one. I mean, talk about labor intense. Yeah, I'd just like to mention that Jay Schwartz basically organizes the whole group of people, and we got a bunch of guys. I helped Jay along with Tom Alonzo, Tom Maroka, John Lynch, and Lou Franco. We take turns. We sign up for a month of winding, and if somebody can't take over, they call somebody else, and somebody else winds it, and everybody, emails go back and forth, and the clock keeps working. And then when it absolutely stops, then we get Jay gets a hold of Greg, and he comes and makes it work again. Okay, we just appreciate you guys coming up here and photographing all the back room works of the clock that everybody hears chiming but never knows what's going on behind the scenes. We, you know, the bunch of us just keep it running.